literally the hashtag Trump smells may save our democracy, because it's the fucking truth. And really, you can look at him and know. I mean, I can't imagine that. Like when he walks in a room, you don't know that he's not there. Like it's gotta smell like FOP Big Mac sweat, Aquanet, foundation. Like literally, how much makeup the guy wears is just overwhelming. And then
another guy who was on his show, I'll just say quickly, not to interrupt, but Penn Jillette, who famously talked about how horrible he was, described his hair as piss cotton candy. So there's that too, this sticky, gooey, gross yellow. Like he swirls it around, like, you know, because he has to cover the 87 different bald areas. So he like swirls the hair.
Well, you know, he's got a left flap and a right flap, right?
Yeah.
Like he literally has embedded in his head a left flap and a right flap. So and that's the reason,
to like fly or something. Like,
well, I mean, normally people would get flaps to fly, but Trump has flaps to look like he has hair, and he's had flaps for a long time, and he's had it done. He has gender reconfirming surgery. Trump has transitioned to where he's at now.
Can you imagine doing that much to yourself to just look human? Like,
it doesn't even look good. It doesn't even look good. It doesn't even look good.
The Charlie Sheen, not Charlie Sheen, the Tom Cruise mask from Vanilla Sky, and just put that on. Walk around like that, or one of those masks from you know, the movies where they break in your house, everybody kills each other.
Right.
I can't think of the name. You know what I'm talking about. They made
Scream mask.
Movies. Scream 2. I was thinking of the ones where
Vendetta.
we're all allowed to murder. There was one day where we're all allowed to kill each other. I can't think of the, you know, in
the Purge.
Thank you. Yes. Like they all wear those weird masks.
There's going to be a ton of Purge memes now in the Discord, because that's what the Discord does.
That's the thing, is that couldn't cover up the smell. So I don't know what maybe you should just go and get like an entire bottle of cologne and pour it down the back.
Oh, you know that he uses way too much cologne too, right? Like he's farting and he's flatulent and he's scared he's gonna shit his diaper. So the guy, and he's got 1,000 different scents on him because again he's using all these different products.
I think eau de toilette is the strongest scent.
Right. So you know the guy is, and he's probably, honestly, he's not using cologne. He's so trashy. He's probably using Axe body spray.
Oh, you know,
and he uses like a whole can of that shit. I bet he lays his suit jacket down. I'm not kidding you. I bet he lays his suit jacket down and just soaks it in Axe body spray.
Floor, and you know he can't actually roll himself over. So they probably just roll him over back and forth in the Axe body spray suit.
Right.
You know?
Right. 100%. The guy tries to cover all his scents with Axe body spray. Now, it's hard for him to cover his lunacy. I don't know if you were paying attention to this. You had mentioned it. The guy posted on True Social this little graphic here. Now, this is what some refer to as a word cloud. Okay.
Yes.
And it's the word cloud for Donald Trump. Now, there was one done for Joe Biden, too, and I guess the big word in Joe Biden, what would Joe Biden do as the president of the United States for this word cloud was nothing. That was the actual word.
But is this a word cloud based on what everybody is saying? Or like
right.
Like 4 MAGA incels masturbating
right,
in a room
right.
together.
But does it matter? Because here's the thing is Joe Biden said nothing. Trump said revenge. I would much rather have nothing than revenge. Like, honestly, it sounds weird that this even exists, that their nominee is, their main word cloud platform is revenge with dictator.
Just tells you, what it tells you is he's worried right now whether he should be or not about losing to Nikki Haley. Because he needs the angriest, most vengeful, vicious, cruel, just the worst of MAGA to turn out for him. Because otherwise, that revenge thing in the middle there, that's not a general election message. That's a 35% in a general election message. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and then the word underneath it, dictatorship, and then dictator, power, right? America, which like revenge, being a dictator to America. This stuff is like wild stuff that no other candidate in the history of being candidates would ever post this on their social media. But this only tells you that because you mentioned it earlier when you said that New York cast him out, the elite cast him out because he's just white.
Well, he was never
trash.
in. The famous story
Right.
is his dad started, of course, was a slumlord and started these low income places where he was racist and wouldn't allow people in who were black,
and used our tax dollars to build and support
tax
them.
dollars, ripped people off, did everything that his son is, is perfect, fits the dad perfectly. And he would the stories are he was in Queens, he would gaze across the water, to Manhattan and dream of being a big shot there. That's why it hits him so much harder when the Bobby De Niro's of the world rip the crap out of him, because that's who he always wanted to be and had neither the talent, smarts, or anything to be that. And he started off obviously between third base and home plate with $400 million handed to him by daddy. If he had any talent, he could have been a great builder. He could have been a great actor. He could have been a great whatever with that money, but he couldn't even take that money and not lose it and turn it into bankruptcy, So.
And honestly, now that you're saying that, he makes a really Hitler too. I'm not gonna lie, he makes a really like Hitler, because I actually coined the phrase nincompoop Nazis 3 years ago. Nincompoop Nazis, and I was calling them nincompoop Nazis 3 years ago, and they really are. They're nincompoops. But they're Nazis, but they're nincompoops.
No, but it's perfect because it gets both parts of the message in there, which is they are evil and dangerous, and they're also buffoons.